GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fat Man. Oh, God. Here we go.
Okay, let me just kick this off right here.
You motherfucker. Son of a bitch. What the fuck? Is that a kickstart?
That's so good.
You're a fucking dick. Did you get a sponsorship?
I brought you one too.
Oh, thank you. Oh, all that and more on The Wrestling Show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Blue Smock Nancy, they're awesome. They let us use that wonderful song, Unsettling Differences. You can find them on iTunes and Spotify. That is surprising I actually got that out, considering I've literally just had dental surgery an hour ago.
Dental surgery.
It was sucking a lot of dick.
There you go. That's how I got. That's the kickstart.
Oh, well, you should have told me that.
You were sucking dick, and I got the kickstart. That's how that worked.
It is hard to drink that, though. So, yeah, last week we were supposed to tape. My voice was gone. So let's get on to it. I still didn't end up watching all the shows that we were planning on doing. Jesus fucking Christ.
I did, of course. Of course I did.
Well, you can do a little sub episode later.
Because, you know.
Write them down, throw them on the Facebook. Good. Hey, if you guys have not been on the Facebook lately, get over there, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you do with Facebook fan pages. I don't even know. But we want to get that up to 500. It's getting really, really close to 500. We want to go over that by the end of the month, hopefully. We want to go over. Please. Pretty please.
Is that like a wrestling term for something?
I don't know. Let's get right into it. I want to go through the Rumble first, not because it's out of order, because I know that pisses you off a little bit.
I got OCD. Leave me alone.
Yes, I know. But honestly, I think it's going to be the quicker show to deal with. Not obviously because it's the Tokyo Dome shows are 3 days long. But also, I think we're going to agree more on it.
On the Rumble?
Yeah, I think so.
Remember, so since I'm a masochist...
You watched it twice.
Not only did I watch it twice, I watched it with you and, of course,
Drunk.
That's me. And Tom was there. And,
oh, God.
And the wife and the girlfriend. And...
Wait, the wife and the girlfriend were there?
Yes, both of them.
Why did you tell the other one is coming?
I'm sorry, Susie, but your wife is my girlfriend. No, your wife, my girlfriend. And then literally when I woke up, I rewatched it. So I watched this twice within like a 12-hour period.
Before we continue, who won the women's Rumble pool?
You did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Not only did I win it, our pool, but I won our Facebook pool, too, because it was the same number, 17.
So you get a T-shirt.
I got myself a T-shirt. Nobody won the men's one, which is unfortunate, but, whatever.
But in our pool, I won the men's one.
Well, yeah, because you got like 5 out of the... What was it? The final 4, you had 3 of them? Didn't you have like 3 of them?
That was Michelle.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It went like
yeah.
Michelle, Tom, Michelle.
Yes, that's right.
I think the last number I had was like 22 or something like that.
And it was somebody stupid.
Yeah, but I ended up having both Rumble matches I kind of had lower numbers.
Yeah, but lately that's been more of a good thing rather than a bad thing, unless they're planning on dumping Taker on it.
And how much money did you lose to me on side bets?
$4?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
It was 4. It was 4. It was 4 because I lost an extra $1 to Tom.
That's right.
Yeah, because who said Kane was coming back?
You.
And you.
And me.
We got fucked because I don't know why we got fucked, but we got fucked.
All right, so actually I'm running this segment.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Well, here, let's talk about one other thing before we continue on. How much money did you win at poker?
Well, I bought in for 5 to begin with. 6 to begin with. Mm-hmm. And then I was stupid.
Yep. You donked it to me.
And then I rebought back in for 5. But I ended up winning that back and plus 5. So I won 16.
And I ended up winning about $15-16. And then I won one of the pools. And then I probably lost some money back to you guys.
Yep.
So that it was a very successful
for the both of us.
For both of us. So
thanks, Tom.
Thank you for the donations. I will not suck your dick. I'm sorry.
We'll do it again at WrestleMania.
Yes. But we'll get into that later. Let's see who's going to WrestleMania. That was a segue. God damn it.
Pre-show?
Did you watch the pre-show?
Yeah.
I think I didn't, kind of.
No, we were actually playing poker up to the Women's Rumble match. So even during the Falls Count Anywhere match, which we'll get to, we were actually playing poker.
Yeah. I don't even remember what was on the pre-show.
Well, 2 matches. The first match was Sheamus versus Shorty G.
Is that the match where Sheamus beat Shorty G? Or was it the other match where Shorty G was defeated by Sheamus? Or was that a Raw? Oh, wait. Was that last week's Raw? Where Sheamus was defeated by...
They're on SmackDown, so this joke is stupid.
Even worse. So 2 SmackDowns ago, they were... How sad is it that I don't even care enough to know which brand they're on?
Match with 12 minutes, 35 seconds.
Why?
I don't know. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Give it 2 1/4.
He's an overrating piece of shit. We're going to be saying that a lot tonight.
I gave it 1 1/4. The last 3 or 4 minutes were really good, but the first 8 or 9 were just terrible. Nothing really more to say.
Okay, cool.
Bad match.
That's all I got.
Then the United States Championship was the other pre-show match. Latin Flair defends against
Latin Flair.
Humberto Carrillo. Match went 14 minutes and 20 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it an okay match for a house show. I gave it 3. Good match, sloppy at times.
Because it's a lucha match.
Zelina Vega is so fine. Those are my notes. Main show. Falls Count Anywhere match.
The 6-man tag.
Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. Match with 21 minutes and 20 seconds.
It was way too long.
Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 3 1/4. I gave it 2 3/4. It went way too long, and there was too much, quote, gaga, but the action was actually solid.
Unlike the shit in that one porta potty.
You mean the no shit that's in there?
Exactly. I thought it was an okay match for a house show. It was 2.5 for me. It was very, very spotty. It was a very WWE spot fest match. So, okay, cool, whatever. It could have been worse. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
We thought it was going to be a precursor to issues later on in the night anyway. And
I thought Corbin was going to win the match and then Reigns win the Rumble, but Reigns won the match, so I'm like...
Oh, that's the end of that. And I thought the opposite was true, so I was like, oh, maybe this will actually happen. No, it didn't.
So, Women's Royal Rumble match in the Jet Spot?
Yeah.
54 minutes and 20 seconds. And you know what? Like I did last year, I'm going to look up stats for this, but we'll talk about it. Whoops.
Oh, God.
I was going to do this.
He's turning off the hermaphroditic porn they got from me.
Guess what? I don't watch hermaphroditic porn, unlike you. I don't have an addiction.
Hey. It's called SCU, okay?
Dave Meltzer gave it 3 1/4.
What?
I gave it 3. Even though I don't like her, sigh. Bianca Belair was the star of the match.
Yep.
It was the kind of match where she doesn't need to do much, like a singles match.
Okay.
And
Go on, choke on it, motherfucker.
And that's where she shines.
Choke on it.
And that's where she shines.
Choke on that fucking ponytail.
And that's where she shines in multi-women matches where she doesn't have to fucking hold down the match. And that's exactly what she shines at. Every match I've seen of her that's been multi-women has been good.
Okay. Well, you kept it. Well, never mind.
Charlotte winning was the wrong choice in my opinion. It should have been Baszler.
Absolutely.
The overall match quality was good. Solid Rumble.
The only reason why they wanted to do Charlotte Flair was so that they could have her challenge the NXT champion. It's the wrong play, in my opinion. I really do believe so. I guess they're trying to buff up NXT as the legit third brand. Not like it hasn't been already, but whatever. That so much so that main roster stars, quote unquote, are going down to NXT to face their champions because they're so good down there. The depth of talent in NXT we've talked about many times on the show. It's amazing. But to have Charlotte fucking Flair have to go down there and face Rhea Ripley doesn't make sense. It really doesn't.
I actually like it.
I don't.
Because you have these three champions, and it's kind of like when the ECW title was around and no one challenged for it. So,
Taker almost did the throat cutting gesture at Bobby Lashley. He almost did.
Okay. Yeah, I think Baszler should have won the match.
I think that was supposed to be, no pun intended, her coming out moment. I mean, there's a sense of a new generation of women coming up, and Shayna's really the catalyst to that. You had the 4 horsewomen come up beforehand. This is the next generation. And I know that you don't like Bianca Belair or a lot of the other women down there, but I do believe that...
No, just Bianca Belair.
I believe that you have Bianca, Io, Candice, and Shayna coming up as this next generation. And I can't wait for that to actually happen, but I think that Charlotte winning kind of stifled that a little bit.
Guess, apparently... The rumor and innuendo is that...
Okay, fucking Conrad.
Reigns and Baszler were supposed to win the match, but then they changed it a week before to McIntyre and Charlotte. But it was a spoiler. But I guess in the men's Rumble match, once they changed it, it was down to either McIntyre or Aleister Black. And they gave it to McIntyre because he was, quote, more over.
I disagree with that. There's no way that they weren't doing McIntyre there.
Sleazy.
The entire match hinged upon that.
No. Nope.
Plans change since Crown Jewel.
Thank you.
Okay.
But no,
Was this from Meltzer or who reported that? Everyone. Oh, so everyone was jacking off Meltzer, and Meltzer gave him a little bit of cum and disseminated.
No, I really do
it.
think Reigns was supposed to win the match, but then they...
I don't think so. I really don't. It would have been dumb to do so. I really do believe that. Obviously, hindsight's always 20/20 when we talk about shit like this. But I really believe that going into that Rumble, there really wasn't a strong contender for a win.
I thought... We talked about this on the last show. I always thought Roman Reigns was the
yeah,
choice.
Absolutely. I didn't think that. I thought it was going to be somebody different. I thought it was going to be Corbin, honestly, but I also believe that both predictions I made about the Rumble were incorrect in the fact that I thought whoever was going to win was going to challenge Fiend. Obviously, that's not the case. And I thought it was going to be that Lesnar was going to start a feud with somebody else on the side, rather than being the main feud going into WrestleMania.
Oh well. You're always wrong, as always. Okay, so the Women's Rumble match statistic. The average survival time was 9 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay, so Bianca Belair lasts the longest. 30 minutes and 31 seconds.
Nice.
Followed by
Sasha?
Alexa.
That's right. She was number 2?
At 26 minutes and 35 seconds. Then it was Charlotte Flair. Then, I'm not going to fucking go on. The Chelsea Green was the shortest person in the match at 12 seconds.
Who got the most eliminations? Do we know?
Yeah, I think it was Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler tied.
They tied?
I think so. Let me look.
Dead air.
Shut the fuck up. Ring crowdedness. The total survival times of all the women were 4 hours, 51 minutes, and 56 seconds. Given the match with 15 minutes, 17 seconds, there was an average of 5.4 competitors at any given second.
Yeah,
making this the 23rd most crowded Rumble.
Yeah, it seemed kind of open, honestly. There wasn't that many. You know, you always have that one spot where like there's 10 people in and then somebody big comes out and decimates everyone. You know, there wasn't really that much of one, mainly because they don't have anyone on the roster that would be believable in that spot, honestly.
Right, yeah, I'm not going to go through all like I did last year where everybody lasted a certain amount of time. That's just stupid, I think.
That could be forever.
We got way too much to talk about tonight.
Yep. We're 20 minutes in and
only 8 of the 28 waiting periods fell between 5 seconds of the 90-second goal. 12 out of 28 waiting periods within 10 seconds of the 90-second goal. The average waiting period was 1 minute and 45 seconds. So longer,
really,
than what the
God damn it! Who had the fucking clock in the back? Jesus Christ!
Titan time.
Yeah. What were your most surprising entries there, and what were your least surprising entries?
Surprising. Oh, I won a side bet on the NXT.
Yeah, how many numbers of NXT stars there were? It was like 9. It's craziness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There were 12? Holy shit.
Mighty Molly.
Having Mighty Molly back was cool.
Obviously, Santina Marella.
Let's talk about Santina Marella.
Yes, Baszler and Bianca Belair both had 8 eliminations.
Why? Why Santina Marella? Do we really need that fucking thing back?
That thing.
That thing. I'm sorry. The gimmick is ridiculously dumb. And it didn't need to be revived for this.
I agree.
Okay, cool. Done.
Yeah, it was stupid. A lot of people were bashing it.
As they should.
It was dumb. It was supposed to be a comedy spot. It didn't work. Whatever.
Yeah. Where are we at?
SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley versus Lacey Evans. You're overrated versus my overrated.
It was a horseshit match.
Match went 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Fuck, Dave Mouse gave it a 1.5 stars. I gave it 2.
You both are overrating pieces of shit.
I don't think the match was as bad as people are saying, but Lacey Evans is so sloppy within this match. Bayley even tried her best to get it over, and it
was a 1-star match, you guys. Come on. It was garbage. It was a garbage match featuring a woman who at one point had my match of the year. How we've fallen from grace. That's all I have to say. I don't like it. Didn't like it. Fuck it.
Strap match for the Universal Championship. The Feed, Bray Wyatt defends against Daniel Bryanson.
Okay, first of all, wasn't this supposed to be the 4-corner gimmick thing?
Match with 17 minutes and 35 seconds.
It was not.
Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 4 stars.
You're kidding me.
I give it 3.5.
You fucking overrating pieces of shit.
Again, I watched this, not drunk. and you watched it not paying attention sober. So
No, I was on top of this by then.
really good strap match. Not many people could have a good strap match, and Danielson did it with a guy who hasn't had the best matches as of late, but with his great character. No stupid red light, no stupid gimmicks, well, besides the strap, and they made it work.
What in the fuck are you guys watching? Were we watching the same show?
Yeah.
That's a 2.5-star match at best.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
Especially marred by the fucking finish. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, the finish was okay. But
No, it wasn't. Are you out of your fucking mind?
it put over the mandible claw.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It put over Bray Wyatt becoming fucking supernatural again. Okay.
That's his gimmick.
Yeah, but you're sitting there and
It
we're
don't matter anyway because
No,
Bray Wyatt's going to lose to Goldberg at Super Showdown.
it would be fitting that he would lose the title at the same place he won it.
If Goldberg wins, we riot.
If Goldberg wins, I will laugh my ass off.
I'll laugh my ass off and then riot.
My goodness. And ironically, they'd probably do it. They'd be stupid enough to actually do it. And it would serve them right because they've made Bray Wyatt too powerful. Excuse me. They made Bray Wyatt too powerful. And I can tell the Novocaine's actually moving more in my mouth. I'm having a hard time
No,
speaking.
that's just a hermaphrodite cum.
Yeah, well. Yeah, garbage shit. What the fuck are we doing here?
You're garbage.
It is garbage. The match was garbage. It shouldn't have been that way, and you guys are overrating pieces of shit. End of story.
Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defends.
Because fuck you, Raw Women's Championship.
No, we only do the WWE title. Can't do that.
Where was it defended?
Houston.
Yeah, but where was the one-on-one match for the WWE Championship?
There was no.
It was none.
So the Raw Women's title.
Piece of garbage fucking booking.
Match went 16 minutes 25 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 3.5. I'm wrong.
And yet, I feel like you guys underrated the match.
Of course, because fucking Asuka's in the goddamn fucking match, and you didn't pay attention just because she's in the match is 5 stars. It would be 6 stars in the fucking Tokyo Dome. Fuck you, bitch.
So I rated 3 3/4.
Quarter star, you asshole. Really good match.
It was.
Might have been better than their last year's match. The story behind it was better, as was the work rate.
Yeah, the story for sure was better. The match was comparable. I'm not sure if I rated this one better over the last year one. I'd have to go back.
Yeah,
and
I think I rated that like 3 or 3 1/4, so maybe
Yeah.
it's a little better.
I can't remember honestly. But yeah, it was a really nice match. It was really well done. And once again, I like Asuka as a heel. Yeah. So there we go.
Of course, Sleazy's best match of the night is going to be with a fucking Asian in it because he's a fucking Asian fetish.
Yeah.
Men's Rumble match.
Not 3 3/4 stars.
Match went 1 hour and 50 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 4 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
Great Rumble match. The first part told the story of Lesnar, while the second was full of surprises like Edge, Styles overselling a spear and separating his shoulder, and Drew McIntyre winning. I thought it was booked great. 4 stars.
I agree with everything you wrote, but your star rating.
2.5 stars.
No, 4.5.
Oh, what a bitch.
I really, really liked the Rumble. I thought it delivered in spades for what I believe a Rumble should look like from start to finish. Inside the match, there's bits and pieces that told different stories. A lot of stuff intertwined, which was great. There was a lot of...
I loved the Shelton Benjamin callback.
Yes! That shit like that was like amazing. When's the last time you watched a Rumble and you felt like they did a great job of the the mini storytelling throughout the matches, and the fact that characters interacting meant something outside the words of the New Day. Because honestly, the New Day constantly do that. But in terms of everybody else, nobody really cares about alignments. The Orton Edge thing, obviously the callbacks with Shelton Benjamin, even the tiny stuff of, okay, here's Cesaro, maybe he can do it. Now, having three guys jump on Lesnar and almost do a good job of getting him out and then being bounced. Guys that wouldn't have normally worked together were working together to get Lesnar out in that first half of the Rumble. It was really, really well done. And I consider it's one of the best Rumbles in the last 10 years.
The men's Rumble match was put together by Shane McMahon, JB Noble, Abyss, and Lance Storm.
Wow.
Who, with significant input from both Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, especially the early parts of the match where Lesnar was involved. Vince McMahon's main contribution was felt in the finishing sequences where he was heavily involved, including the elimination of Roman Reigns and the win by Drew McIntyre. The overall general feedback of this match was positive, some calling it the best Rumble match in several years.
There you go.
The women's Rumble match was put together by Tyson Kidd, Adam Pearce, and Mickie James.
Wow.
Triple H provided input on the day of the show to help make the match flow better.
Yeah, because a third of the talent is NXT stars. Of course these guys handling that.
Let's look at the statistics. The average survival time was 6 minutes and 27 seconds. The longest in the match was Drew McIntyre at 34 minutes and 11 seconds. The most eliminations was by Brock Lesnar. I think he had 13. He had 13. McIntyre had 6. So there was...
That was a record.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 people eliminated anybody in the match.
Wow. Wow.
Rollins had 3. Reigns had 2. Corbin had 1. Edge had 3. McIntyre had 6. And Lesnar had 13. And Lesnar is a record in a 30-man Rumble match.
Oh, yeah, because...
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Fuck the greatest... The greatest Royal Rumble isn't a Royal Rumble. I'm sorry. I know they want to make it canon. It's not canon in my mind. Like, the 20-man Rumble isn't really canon.
Only 4 superstars lasted at least 15 minutes.
What was that? Lesnar, McIntyre, Reigns, and...
Lesnar, McIntyre, Edge, and Reigns.
Edge, yeah.
Orton lasted a shade under at 13:37.
Okay. A lot of star power, too, in this match.
Where's that buzzer thing? I like doing that.
The buzzer thing.
Okay, so the average survival time was 3 hours, 30 minutes, and 33 seconds. So it was only 3.2 competitors in the match, obviously because of the
Lesnar gimmick.
It was the second least crowded Royal Rumble match since 2002.
Wow.
Where is that one stat I'd like to do?
Who won the 1 in 02?
Triple H.
Was it Triple? Oh yeah, when he came back from injury, looking very swole.
The average wait time was 1 minute and 45 seconds, just like the Women's Rumble.
Interesting. It's interesting to see how it's gone over. If anything, I would have thought it would go less. But
Well, now with the network, I kind of...
yeah, nowadays it doesn't matter because they don't have to worry about...
So my overall thoughts on the show, Sleazy's an underrated piece of shit.
Yeah.
The show was better than last year's.
I would agree with that.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I give it a 6 out of 10. I think the non-Rumble matches were okay to semi-decent, but the men's Rumble match delivered in spades. It's over here.
Oh.
You fucking shit. I think the men's Royal Rumble delivered in spades, and I think that was the main driver of how high my rating was.
Okay.
Okay, so when are we getting fucking Freight Train on this show?
My name's Freight. You don't want to stop on a track with a freight train coming through.
So $5 Wrestling is is actually running in Tampa this year. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what's funny? Do you know how much tickets are? $5. They're not. They're $10.
Fucking marks.
We had to get that out of the way. So, do we want to talk a little bit about news and rumors here for WWE side before we go into New Japan? Because it's going to be 3 hours before we're done.
You want to get news and rumors? Let's do news and rumors first.
Yeah, because I'm assuming the vast majority of them are WWE related.
Yes.
Oh my God! Stop paging through.
No.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just.
Oh, Jesus.
I only went back 2 weeks instead of 3 because fuck that.
Okay.
I have a whole list of notes on WWE's financials from last year, but I'm not going to do it because it's going to take forever to get through them.
I just know the last 4 quarters they made $910 million.
That's all you need to do. TV deals.
The TV deals, the fact that they are number 7 on the most subscribed channels on YouTube, which garners in, and this still shocks me, $13 million on this. Just to give you an idea, there's 1.51 million subscribers of WWE Network. They only make 15 million on that. So they're making almost as much money on the network as they are on YouTube, which is craziness. And I only know those numbers because I looked them up recently for kind of an unrelated thing. I do.
Funny you should mention that, so let's talk about this.
Okay.
Vince McMahon talked about how WWE is in talks with various streaming outlets about purchasing the rights to the company's pay-per-view content.
Yeah, I heard that.
This is from Fuck Dave Meltzer.
Okay.
The idea of selling WWE pay-per-view rights to another streaming network, essentially what UFC did with ESPN. Because you can go on ESPN Plus and watch.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
And watch the UFC pay-per-views. You know, obviously Vince saw that deal, and he's like, they got $200 million guaranteed, and now they don't even have to sell pay-per-view.
Okay.
They don't even have to sell a network.
They really don't. Yeah. The cross streaming.
They just get the money guaranteed, and I'm sure Vince was like, Bellator got all this money. To Vince, Bellator's money wasn't big, but for Bellator it was huge. I think he saw that they got $360 million, and it's like, these people are willing to spend that kind of money for our pay-per-view, for their pay-per-view, and we think that we have a better product out there. So he's going to try to start selling the pay-per-view rights.
That's pretty crazy.
And then the rumor was that you will eventually get them on the network, kind of like a delay, like what Raws are, like a month later.
Okay, yeah. Even 2 weeks later would be not bad. Did you hear the other major rumor from financials? That there has been a big rumor, I'm not sure how substantiated this is, that Vince may have found a purchaser for WWE.
Amazon.
Jeff Bezos specifically.
But that rumor's been actually floating around for 2 or 3 years.
It has been floating around, but here's the other difference between that. Amazon Prime's in a weird position right now in terms of video streaming services. I could see them using WWE Network as a catalyst for Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime is in negotiations with MLW for future streaming rights. Unless they're trying to negotiate with MLW to try to get WWE on there.
Yeah.
To see how viable wrestling is on Amazon Prime.
Bezos could just buy the fucking promotion and just go, there you go.
And another thing under the financials is Fox's broadcast TV posted a loss of $214 million compared to a loss of $14 million last year due to cost required to launch Friday Night SmackDown.
Wow.
So essentially a $200 million.
Wow.
And you know what? That actually makes sense.
It does, but just
$200 million for 5 years, isn't that $1 billion?
Yeah, but
Is that
we're
right?
talking about a shit ton of money there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? What was the other thing I wanted to talk about that? In terms of financials, are they seeing the return on the investment? It's going to be the interesting part of that.
Well, you're going to have to wait till next year. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying that's a lot of money. It's a fucking metric shit ton of money. It's so surprising that they were willing to ink a deal like that. But okay, whatever. What else we got?
And then more financial news.
So much for not doing the financials.
Well, no, when Vince let go of those two people,
Oh, Michelle Wilson. Okay,
their
so
stock dropped significantly.
okay, so I do know some bits about this. So Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, the two main WWE execs, were fired by Vince, claiming creative differences and blah 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 blah.
I got it right here. The duo wanted to maximize current profits in order to build the WWE stock back up. Vince McMahon, on the other hand, wanting to use the money from the new Raw and SmackDown deals to not just increase profits, but to heavily reinvest the money specifically to sign and, quote, stockpile talent. This was especially focused on making sure that marketable talent was signed to long-term and often lucrative contracts in order to ensure they do not leave. The report also notes that McMahon also wanted to use money to create new regional brands in order to dominate those markets as a way to regain the monopoly of the business that he recently begun to erode away due to the increased popularity of AEW and New Japan.
do you have their stocks from when they announced it?
No, I know you have it up.
I have it. Well, the interesting pieces. I can't remember what day it was. Was it the 30th when they did that?
I have no clue.
I would say it was.
This report is from the 8th, so...
Okay, so it had to have been the 30th because they were trading at $62.30. The very next day, they were trading at $48. Their 52-week high over the last 52 weeks was $100 per share. Their current 52-week low happened yesterday at $40.20. Holy shit.
That's 60%.
Yeah. God damn. And it's made a lot of people nervous because now there's this thought process that, oh my God, now there's no real succession now in terms of the executive side. Obviously, in terms of creative side, you have Triple H, you have Shane, you have all those guys. But in terms of the actual business side of it, there really is nobody now. And any stockholder with any brains would see that that's a big problem right now. I don't know how he's going to solve that. And he'd better solve it soon because otherwise he's going to have a big problem. He currently owns, Vince McMahon currently owns 37% of WWE after the big sell-off for XFL.
Which did great, by the way.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'd love to talk about it this show. I did actually end up watching one of the games, and I'm not a huge football guy. You know that.
We'll talk about it,
but
I'll make a note to talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk about it either later on tonight or on another episode. What else we got?
So about Edge's contract. When WWE began setting the wheels in motion for an Edge return last summer when AEW made him an offer to wrestle a few matches per year, Edge took that offer, which is reportedly $3 million per year, to WWE, and said that he was likely going to sign to start with AEW. This was in August, when the TNT deal started in October.
So he would have been the big jump instead of Jack Swagger.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
His strategy worked as WWE allegedly gave him the same $3 million deal, one of the highest in company history, for a reported 3 years. There are other reports that his deal with WWE was for 5 matches and 25 TV shows per year, but Fuck Dave Meltzer actually refutes that, saying that it will probably be wrestling and appearing more than that.
Yeah, because that's the type of person he is. Okay, cool. $3 million contract for 3 years? $3 million each?
$3 million per year.
For 3 years. Lesnar's making more than that.
One of the highest in company history, not the highest.
Okay, but I mean, guys like Kevin Owens are still making a shit ton. I'm not saying that it's going to be like $3 million a year, but there's a lot of people that make a lot of money that.
And NXT we talked about this way back in September. NXT got a raise when they went to USA.
Yeah. So, I mean.
But the caveat to that is they had to sign 3-year contracts.
Yeah, I would too.
Not many people. Or a lot of. I'm not going to say a lot many people. Few didn't.
Right. I could probably tell you who, but the people that walked off pissed about their creative control.
Tainara Conte walked out of WWE due to contract dispute, and I went, who?
She's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu champion.
Who?
She wasn't she the tag team partner of Aaliyah for a while?
Who?
Aaliyah?
Who? Yeah, I know who Aaliyah is, but no, yeah. She was so insignificant.
How is she still fucking employed by WWE? I'm
Aaliyah?
sorry. Yeah.
I have no clue.
She's not very good, honestly. Considering she's not very good considering how many years she's put into this.
There appears to be major changes happening with WWE's house show business due to the fact that the events are starting to lose money as well as the low attendance, giving investors a perception that WWE's popularity is declining, which is pretty much true. According to Fuck Dave Meltzer,
Oh, Jesus.
instead of the 2 brands, Raw and SmackDown, doing 4 shows per week, as has been the model for years, these shows are going to become more rare with super shows. Obviously, wrestlers from both brands taking place instead, but not nearly as frequently.
Okay.
This weekend, which was the weekend of February 3rd-ish, WWE had no house shows scheduled.
At all?
And next weekend, there's only one.
Wow. Considering they're coming around here in 2 months.
The 2-9 Super Show in Fresno, which was last weekend. The following week, there are 2 events, both Super Shows, the 25th and 26th. The next Raw-only brand show is not until the 23rd in Brandon, Manitoba, Canada. The next SmackDown house show isn't until February 29th in Elmira, New York.
Yep.
The hope is that by reducing the number of house shows, it will cut losses and increase the average attendance per event in each quarter, which is something that WWE reports on to its investors.
Yeah.
For much of 2019, the house shows have been dragging down the average number. The downside is that the talents, many of whom enjoy working non-televised events where they can get to improvise, test, and ultimately prove their game, it will also affect talents whose annual income is more relevant on house show revenue as they'll be working fewer dates.
Do you know how many dates or how many shows WWE ran in the calendar year of 2019?
No clue.
560.
That's including NXT.
That's including
NXT,
NXT UK, all those house shows,
okay.
Raw, SmackDown, and whatnot. 560 events. That is a lot. And if you're not, it goes back to, are you oversaturating your market?
Yes. And they're going to the same markets over and over again.
Well, here I was going to bring that up as well. In 3 months, this area, whether it be Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, okay, on the throughway series of people,
the I-90,
the I-90 series, okay, there will be 4 WWE shows,
and they normally come one time a year.
Yeah, there's 2 NXT shows, no, one NXT show. Excuse me. a Raw, a SmackDown, and another house show coming. What is going on here? And that's the thing, is that if you start, sapping up your market, obviously they're not going to come. And here's the other thing. AEW is debuting in Rochester, New York on March 18th.
I wonder who's gonna be there.
Former ECW
Mark. You. Former ECW Mark. You. I'm trying to get to who's going to be. You're a fucking.
That worked. I mean, it kind of worked.
You're a bitch.
I'll give you 4 out of 10 on that. The full Bret Hart. Former ECW superstar Colin Delaney. Cheech Hernandez. Whatever. And just a bunch of other people that nobody really knows about, like Luke Harper or whatever.
Who?
Luke Harper.
Who?
The tall dude from the Wyatt family.
Who?
The guy that was former Intercontinental Champion.
Who?
Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Who?
Me too. The guy who wore an ugly A shirt.
Ted DiBiase's son Brett was arrested in an embezzlement scheme.
Brett, so not Ted Jr., but the other one.
Yeah. Brett is among 6 people arrested by special agents with the state's auditor's office in connection with a multi-million-dollar embezzlement scheme. According to TV station WTVA, the 6 people, who are John Davis, not the lead singer of Korn, the former director of the Mississippi Department of Human Services, Lattimore Smith, former DHS agent, Dr. Nancy New, owner and operator of the Mississippi Community Education Center, Zach New, assistant director of the Mississippi Educational Center, Andy McGroin was an accountant at this Mississippi Center, and Brett DiBiase, the son of a former professional wrestler, Ted DiBiase.
The $1 Million Man. I wonder where he learned all his skills.
Davis and Smith stand accused of fraudulently manipulating documents to enrich Brett DiBiase using TANF money. Davis and Smith created invoices to pay DiBiase TANF funds for teaching classes about drug abuse, but DiBiase was in a luxury rehabilitation center for his own drug use in California at the time and did not perform the services. Davis and Smith created documents and arranged payment knowing DiBiase was not performing the work he was hired to perform. Nancy New and her son, Zach New, stood accused of using New's nonprofit, the Mississippi Community, to pay for DiBiase's drug treatment using TANF funds. At Davis's direction, the Mississippi Community Center used TANF funds received from DHS to pay for DiBiase's opioid treatment at the Rise in Malibu facility. The document submitted by the news claimed that he was to pay DiBiase for conducting training courses that never took place. The news also stood at the news, as in like the
news family.
Yeah. Also stand accused of transferring millions in TANF funds to their private businesses.
Nice. They're full on embezzling. That's great.
Converted funds to their personal use and concealed the conversion through various funds transferred fraudulent documents at least one forged signature and deceptive accounting measures. Finally, Davis and the news are accused of creating a fraud scheme to take TANF funds to pay for personal investments in the medical device company, some company in Florida.
Wow.
Wow.
My thoughts are, holy shit. That is phenomenal. I love it.
You would love it. That is a lot to digest. So essentially, they stole money and then paid DiBiase for teaching a class that he about drug abuse while he himself was obviously not there in Mississippi, but in Malibu at his own drug rehab facility.
Yeah, he had a little problem with drugs, okay? Wow. Phenomenal. 5 stars. It would have been 6 stars if it was Tokyo Dome.
It was in Japan. Okay.
No, it was in Malibu.
Okay, so
Venice Beach, brother.
let's knock these out. Obviously, as you know, Sasha Banks hasn't. Sasha, she has an injured ankle. I miss you, Sasha. Sasha, I love you. Matt Riddle has heat with Vince McMahon over his social media posts about calling out Brock Lesnar.
That's bullshit.
Speaking of wrestlers in trouble, Brian Clark faces charges of conspiracy, illegal control of enterprise, transporting or selling narcotics, drug possession, and possessing a weapon during a drug offense. This
Wait a
happened
second.
between July and April of 2019.
July and April.
Oh, sorry. January and April. My bad.
That's 3 fucking months anyway, but say it ain't so. A former WCW wrestler was trafficking narcotics? No.
Hulk Hogan's wrestling.
His fucking gimmick was chronic.
Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania role will be a non-wrestling role, if anything. Good. He doesn't need to wrestle again.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. MetLife Center, brother.
God damn him.
Simone Johnson signs with WWE and starts trading at the PC. Who is Simone Johnson? Well, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, it's his daughter.
The picture they used for her Performance Center, like, introduction is quite possibly the worst picture they could have ever picked of her.
I think that's by I think that's not purpose.
She looks like a man in that photo, and she doesn't, and with all due respect to her, she does not look like that in real life at all.
I think they did that on purpose.
So she doesn't look like The Rock.
Right.
Yeah. But to do that is just going to fuel all sorts of horse shit on social media. And I don't think it was the right call, personally, but whatever.
Matt Hardy's WWE contract expires on March 1st. Jeff Hardy's contract was set to expire also on March 1st, but due to his injuries and legal issues, it has been extended.
I know that was unintentional, but it worked. So what are the Hardys doing at AEW?
Sami Zayn is healthy, but isn't wrestling due to creative reasons.
Okay.
MEP is in discussion with WWE about a backstage producer role.
Cool.
Your face. More wrestlers in trouble. Latin Flair suspended 30 days for violating WWE's wellness policy.
But still is the U.S. champion.
But still is the United States champion because Paul Heyman wants to suck his dick.
Lies.
He's
a Flair motherfucker.
He's one of Paul Heyman's boys, so.
Hey, don't you even. I could only hope to suckle from the dick of Paul Heyman. If I could have a volley.
Cyber Agent acquired Pro Wrestling Noah. I have no clue who Cyber Agent is. I did not do my research.
That's cool. Awesome. Nobody knows. If you're a Japanese fan, you already know that. If you're not a Japanese fan, you have no idea what either one of those things are.
Right. Well, I know what Pro Wrestling Noah is.
Barely.
Bret Hart reveals he has skin cancer.
That sucks.
WWE signs 3 Indian talent. I'm not going to name them because I will butcher the shit out of them.
2 of them are the
7-footers, and one of them did quite taekwondo.
They're 7-foot Indian guys trained by Great Khali. That's phenomenal. I hope they're a tag team. They can call them the. Oh God.
See, I got a note that says Rusev off TV due to contract dispute, but then he's going to be at the Saudi show. So is he good? Or is it just for the Saudi money?
It was a work.
Everything's a work.
Of course it was a work.
You're a work. Your face is a work.
Everything's a work.
WWE has signed the tag team Pretty Deadly, Levi Moray, Candy Flores, and Danny Luna to NXT UK. They're all British talents.
Yeah, they're British.
ROH is bringing back the Pure Championship.
I'm going to give it to Grisham, I think.
It's going to be in like mid-April.
Yeah. I don't care. Oh, speaking of ROH, you already know this. What's happening in August? MSG show?
It's not an ROH show.
It's a New Japan show.
And I have it here.
They're co-promoting it.
NJPW to return to Madison Square Garden on August 22nd for Wrestle Dynasty.
Yeah, they're co-promoting it.
Well, that's not what I said. Just New Japan.
Nobody has a license.
Hellcat will go down there. Fuck him.
What do you mean you're fucking Japanese here? Oh, fucking shit.
It's a work. He's not really injured. It's a work.
It's just strong style, you fucker.
MLW and Dragon's Gate announced a partnership.
Cool.
Taker in talks for a Mania role.
No, God.
Nikki and Brie Bella are both pregnant at the same time and due within like a week or two apart.
Good for Bryan Danielson.
It's probably both. He probably just fucked one and then fucked the other and didn't realize which one was which. And he's like, oh, shit.
Oh, God.
They're twins. Oh, well.
Twins from twins.
WWE has officially signed Killer Cross and Timothy Thatcher.
Timothy Thatcher is a surprising one, but Killer Cross was an obvious one. You're not going to sign his girlfriend and not him.
Right. John Cena says he will be in the Tampa area and has the first weekend of April open.
So you know what that means.
He's
$5 wrestling.
I was going to say he's going to be on Super Card of Honor, but that's still going on. That joke will have to end this year because there will be another Super Card of Honor.
Yeah. So as of January 24th, how many shows, independent shows, do you think are running in Tampa the week of WrestleMania?
Is ROH independent?
It was not in my list.
Okay, then. 35.
Higher.
157.
No, lower.
240.
48 shows in 6 days. That's an average of 8 shows a day, and there's nothing booked on WrestleMania Sunday.
Well, you'd be stupid if you did.
Yeah, but people are stupid. Technically, it was booked 11:59 on Saturday night. But
Yep.
48 fucking shows. That is obscene.
Yep.
That's all you're going to give me.
Yep. That's fucking,
God damn it.
That's stupid as shit. Too many. Way too many.
Mm-hmm. But there's so many people coming for wrestling. You get to choose what you want now. You know, that's kind of an interesting thought process now, because beforehand, even a few years ago, you'd see, you know, maybe 10 shows running, you know, big shows. Now there's like Bloodsport from GCW and WrestleCon's running 18,000 fucking shows. You got Pancakes and Pile Drivers, and you got, you know, Joey Janela's Spring Break and all this shit. And you sit back and you wonder what happened to wrestling in the last couple of years, you know, in terms of the niche product it once was. Now there's so many different niches that it's almost a subculture in itself. Oh no.
What about
no.
my niche? What about my niece? Which one? I got 6 of them.
there's a sense of gatekeeping going on in professional wrestling sometimes, and you're actually guilty of it as much as I am in this respect, in the fact that, you know, you like what you like in professional wrestling. Some people like comedy wrestling. I know you don't. You like NWA style, like true contests of skill and strength, where, you know, the NWA style. Other people like stupid, ridiculous stuff like Chikara. Some people like really strange stuff like Bryce Remsburg officiating an invisible match. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen that, you need to go onto YouTube and find it. It is phenomenal.
Nope.
It involves a table spot.
Nope. Not doing that.
Yeah, because you're a fucking gatekeeping piece of shit. That's what you are. That's fine.
Nope.
But that's the
Not
thing.
doing that.
I feel
you
like
can't call me that because I like Ken the Box versus Mecha Mummy.
Is this the wrestling version of some of my best friends are white?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong. They are. But
I feel like that people need to realize that, you know, you like what you like, and that's not just in wrestling anymore. There's been a whole sense of this in our culture in the last few years of, you know, this is mine because I like it, and if you're not a real, you shouldn't be looking at this if you're not a real fan type thing. And I think it's bullshit and it shouldn't happen. And I'm starting to see it a lot more in professional wrestling. Okay, anything else?
a couple more.
Okay.
The Revival were offered $700,000 a year contracts, but turned them down. They trademarked the Shattered Machine, and they said they want creative control. Their contract expire later in the year. And what company gives them creative control?
Obviously, GCW. No?
I was looking for a hot dog and a handshake, but okay.
I mean, that also works. We're an hour into this show, and we haven't even touched New Japan yet.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You
more,
say that.
3 more, and they're all about where shows are going to be. AEW announces that the MGM Grand will host Double or Nothing again on May 23rd.
Do you want to go?
No. Extreme Rules will be July 19th at the SAP Center in San Jose.
Do you want to go?
Nope. And WWE announces WrestleMania 35 will be at the brand new SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California on March 28th, 2021.
Do you want to go?
Sure.
Okay. Wait, did we just make plans?
We made plans for Tampa and we didn't stick to them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, to be fair, we have to do that. You know, because if we don't, then we pay 3 times the amount when we actually want to go, and it just gets to be a mess after a while. And that's the end of news and rumors. Let's get fucking going on New Japan. Holy shit. New Japan was 2 days long. We're just going to start with...
It only took me 6 days to watch it.
Jesus Christ. Let's start with Tenzan and Kojima versus Yugi Nagata and Manabu Nakanishi.
You're missing a pre-show match.
These are the ones from Meltzer, okay?
Well, the funny thing is...
Did Meltzer actually...
He didn't even rate it.
Okay.
It was there. I watched it, but he didn't rate it.
Well, it was... the one of the dark matches was a Stardom special match, which is the first time it's happened ever.
Yeah, that was a dark match.
Which I thought was pretty awesome.
There was another pre-show match.
There was another 8-man... There was...
Another 8-man.
So there was... The first dark match was an 8-woman tag match, and then there was an 8-man tag match, and then there was a tag team match, and then we opened the show with an 8-man tag match.
Followed by...
An 8-man tag match.
Followed by...
A tag team match.
Followed by...
An actual regular match.
So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So including the dark match, there were 7 straight tag team matches.
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
So, WWE Survivor Series presents Wrestle Kingdom Day 1.
It's fucking phenomenal. I mean, and to be fair, some of them had to happen. Like, Liger's not going to run a straight match, obviously. You know, he wanted basically all of his friends in the last 2 matches he wanted. Okay, cool. 8-man.
Those are out of order, by the way.
Yeah, they're way out of order.
So go to...
I am. Jesus Christ.
I got Meltzer star ratings. You don't worry about them.
Okay. So we get off on the Liger farewell tour, I guess you'd say.
So we're going to talk about the pre-show matches.
No, fuck that. There are a bunch of 8-man tags that were exactly the same.
Exactly. Okay.
Followed by
An 8-man tag.
this.
That was exactly the same.
Exactly. I mean, the only difference was Jushin Liger got a huge fucking pop in the Tokyo Dome that usually just politely claps. So it was a legit WWE Edge came back pop in the Tokyo Dome for Liger on both nights, not just the first night. It was really great. Match was nothing to be, it was an 8-man tag. That was exactly the same. Do you have any notes on that?
Fujinami? The Great Sakuge? Freaking Tiger Mask? Fucking, these are like 50-year-old men in this match.
Yeah.
2 stars?
To be fair,
Match started really bad, but it turned out to be way better than what I thought it would be given the older talent involved.
out of the 8 men, out of the 7 other men, 4 of them still work the indies in Japan.
And by the way, Nagata was on the pre-show.
Yeah, what? Yeah. Don't even get me on. Suzuki-gun versus LIJ. What was that? Oh, wait. An 8-man tag. Fuck me. It was kind of a pre-show because Zack Sabre Jr. was facing, was it Shingo? No, it was Sonata. It was Sonata for night 2. And then you had the...
Okay, so let me give you Monster Star ratings. First match was 2 3/4.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Did you have the jump ups afterwards?
Jump ups? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw. I wrote it down for one specific match, and I think it was on night 2. Because they're only like quarter stars.
The Goto and Kenta one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck is
We'll
wrong
talk
with
about it
him?
when we get to it.
Okay. But yeah, 8-man tag. 8 minutes, exactly the same as the first 3.
Meltzer gave it 2 3/4 stars. I give it 3. Good match, had action all throughout, which was a little bit different from the other ones.
Very little.
They made the most of their time. Oh, by the way, they all went between 8 and 9 minutes.
Yeah, okay, you get 7 to 9 minutes. Jato's like, 7 to 9 minutes, do it. Yeah, okay, cool. It was a nice. You know what I think? Looking at night 1, it was a great primer.
Let's get to it at the end.
Okay, cool. So match number 6. Holy shit! Not even Jesus Christ. It's Chaos, which is Goto, Ishii, Yano, and Yoshihashi versus pieces of the Bullet Club, which was Kenta, Bad Luck Fale, Takahashi, Chase Owens. This was the best 8-man tag of them all by far for one reason. Yes, it was.
I didn't rate it that way.
It was 6.5 stars because of Peter.
Because you're an Asian mark.
Duh, you fucking idiot.
An okay match for a house show just to further the Kenta Goto feud for the next night.
Exactly. It was an average 8-man tag like the rest of them were, but it had the fucking Bullet Bunny there. Hello.
Oh, let's get rid of these tag teams.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, here we go. Regular. Oh, nope.
Finn Juice versus the Gorillas of Destiny. Holy shit.
IWGP Tag team championship.
We have new champions. That was interesting.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I know. They won him back since then.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a surprising change. I didn't think they would drop the titles to him, but it was a good match, but it wasn't a great match.
3 stars.
Yeah.
So I'm wrong. Really good tag team match, intense and a ton of action. Juice and Finn were really good together. They both shine as tag teams. Obviously, Guerrilla Destiny is one of the best tag teams in New Japan, so that helped.
Oh, here we go. Moxley, Lance Archer.
Texas Death Match.
Yeah, it was a Texas Death Match. You could only win by a 10 count or submission.
So a last man standing match, but with submissions?
But with submissions. Okay. We're going to differ on this.
Uh-huh.
I liked it, but it wasn't a great match.
Dave Mosley gave it 3 3/4.
I think he's over a ring piece of shit still.
Uh-huh. I wasn't feeling this. It was a typical last man standing match, but it wasn't even that great. It was an okay match for a house show. 2.5
2.5 stars. Okay, so we did agree. It's surprising, yeah. I liked it, but yeah, you're right. It was I hate to say it, it was fun. You know what I mean?
It wasn't even fun. Like,
I liked it. I thought it was fun. I liked it in that respect, but the quality of the match wasn't very good. Let's continue on. Hiromu Takahashi versus Will Ospreay. First of all, I love the fact that they just put it all out there. I love this match. This was, spoiler, the shining moment of this entire night one, by far. This was 4.5 stars. In my opinion, I think it was the second best match of both nights. I think. Oh, God, here we go. If you have a book, you want to go reference that?
third best match.
Yeah.
4.5 stars?
Yeah.
4.5 stars.
Okay, cool.
Mauser gave it 5.5 because he's a fucking mark.
Because it's fucking Tokyo Dome.
Started out slow with Ospreay working the arm. It picked up, but it was essentially a 25-minute squash match with Ospreay dominating about 85% of the match and Takahashi kicking out of everything. Still an awesome match.
Yep.
Did I say Takahashi or Tanahashi?
Takahashi.
Okay.
You said Takahashi.
Right.
You fucking racist.
It's the same guy. It's the same utter same guy. It's the same freaking guy.
Didn't you do that on our last show? We were like, oh, Tonga's still with the company. Oh, no, wait, he's not.
No, I did that at the Royal Rumble when I was drunk.
Yes, that's right.
Because I thought it was Darren Young.
Yeah, but it was really
No, it was the last show. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Phenomenal. Naito and Jay White. This was for the IC belt. Oh, I think we're going to disagree on this one then.
I think so too.
I thought it was 2.5 stars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Totally. Great match.
What?
The knee injury angle was a bit of a surprise, but they worked it well. They did a great job of getting Jay White heat through Gato throughout the match. Naito, the story of the match is Naito overcoming the odds.
Right.
It was a psychological match, which is different from New Japan, which I like.
Right.
4 stars.
Wow. Holy shit. Yeah.
Also give it 4.5.
You bunch of fucking overrating piece of shit.
I'm getting attacked by a mic stand.
Okay, well, I will say this. There might be some bias against me and Jay White, so.
Generic wrestler number 7 is what I keep calling him.
Yep, and yet you can't see the fact that it's a garbage match.
It wasn't a garbage match.
It was a garbage match. Well, it wasn't a garbage match. It was an okay match for an house show.
And this is where you're going to probably overrate this match.
No, because you are a spoiler. You already know that the match of the night wasn't this one. Okada and
I still
Ibushi.
think you're going to overrate it.
No. I wasn't impressed. For these two guys, I'm going to give you the rating, but I'm going to say that I was absolutely disappointed in these two. This should have been a way better match than it was. It was only a 3.5 star match.
4 stars, great match.
You fucking piece of fucking shit. You overrating. Are you being Meltzer light, you motherfucker?
I'm going to pull a you. I'm going to pull a you.
4 stars, it was a terrible match.
No, I'm going to pull a you. It's only a half star off, so you can't be me. That's what you always fucking do. Fuck you.
You fucking
great
piece.
Match, stiff
you
as shit.
fucking
Okada
mark.
winning was the right call to tell the story they wanted to tell with Naito the next night.
I would agree with that. Still wasn't a match that match there should have been better than it was.
And I agree.
And it was only a 3.5 star match.
It's a half star off. Oh, Meltzer gave it 4.25. It's a half star off.
He's a bigger fucking mark than you are.
It was a half star off.
He was only 3/4 of a star off, but he was also a bigger mark than you were. We actually made it through night 1. Holy shit. One more night to go. Night 2 was, I consider...
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. We want to talk about night 1. Night 1's pretty much the pre-show to night 2? Or the setup for night 2?
It felt like it, yeah.
Which probably makes night 2 better because they actually told stories on night 1 to get to night 2.
And I love that.
I do too.
I do love that. That being said, there were certain parts of night 2 that are like, Here's the other thing that I didn't like about it, and maybe this is me just being fucking a mark. I don't know.
What, night 2 or night 1?
About night 2 is that, as a general rule, it was many of the same people on night 1. Obviously, the card's different, but
you saw them again.
Yeah.
So essentially, having it as 2 nights was kind of.
I was under the impression
that the same performers weren't going to be on night 1 the night.
Exactly.
Well, then not knowing the story that they're going to do the double belt dash or whatever they called it.
Yeah, but you could have had just those 4 people work 2 shows,
right?
And had the undercard be way different, but it wasn't
because they had to have 10,000 8-man tag team matches on night 1.
God damn it! Oh God. Let's start with the pre-show match, the dark match. I did actually watch that one because it was the 6-man. I guess you called it gauntlet match. Was it technically their gauntlet
match for the never open weight 6-man tag team championship?
LIJ won it over a bunch of people, including Bullet Club members, Suzuki Gun members, Chaos members.
What's the time say on that?
6 minutes and 8 seconds. No, it wasn't.
It was like 16.
Yeah.
16. Yeah. Or
I think
longer.
this was. I think this 6 minutes was the last match of it.
Maybe
because the last match was longer.
Meltzer didn't rate it, so he obviously didn't watch the pre-show. I give it 3.
Meltzer didn't watch the pre-show. Fuck him.
I give it 3 stars. Good gauntlet match. It got better as the match went on, but nothing more.
Meltzer, you fucking piece of shit. Even I watched the fucking pre-show match. What the fuck are you doing for your life?
By the way, fuck Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, we haven't said that enough on this show.
We don't say it enough on any show.
It's also true. Let's go into Yo Dog. Do you like tag team matches? Let's do another one. This was Liger's last match. Passing the torch to Takahashi? Very nice. Very nice. Doing the job on the way out, as you should. It was heavily debated on whether or not Liger should have demasked at the end of this. And it was like a few weeks before they were like, no, Liger's keeping his mask. Okay, cool, whatever. Most guys, it's totally dependent, but Liger's character has been the masks for so long, I don't even think it would have mattered. Other than that, the match was Takahashi basically selling. I mean, it was a passing the torch moment, and that's it. I mean, 2.5 stars.
Fuck damn, I also gave it 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
Oh, Jesus.
Really good match. It was way better than it should have been. Liger did the honors on his way out and had a great last showing. Hats off to you, Liger, on a great career.
Absolutely. 31 years. What is your favorite Liger match? We might as well.
His match with Brian Pillman in Super Bowl II.
Wow.
Lawyer, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that because that was phenomenal. I can't offhand. I can't think of another one better. There might have been a Jericho one, but I highly doubt that I could bring it up.
Or was
quickly.
the one that he had with Hubin 2 where he was on PCP or something? I don't know.
I don't even know that one. Jesus Christ. Roppongi 3K, Rocky Romero versus El Phantasmo, and it's Taiji Ishimori, but maybe from the last time we've seen him, and this sounds strange to bring this up, I guess, but did he not look as cut as he used to?
He got fat.
I don't want to say he got fat, but he definitely lost a lot of definition over the last year or so.
He put on the sleazy gut.
Nobody puts on a sleazy gut. It takes a lot of years of very bad food to get this far.
That's a lot of Burger King in there.
Oh, God, yes. Burger King, Mark's, and McDonald's.
He'll sponsor you.
God damn it, I'll suck your dick.
Yeah. Sponsor us. He'll suck your dick.
I'm just
And by the way,
shocked.
Mark's Pizza, fucking terrible.
Yeah, well. It's a big slice of pizza for $3.50.
Nima's.
I'm nowhere near a Nima's.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah, maybe I should go work somewhere close to Nima's. I liked the match. I thought it was interesting. It was. Would you laugh if I said it was missing the Young Bucks? It needed a Four Corners junior tag match. We're missing that. The match itself, I liked. It was 3.5 stars.
You're wrong.
Oh, Meltzer gave it 3.5. Okay. I was shocked that they put the junior tag straps on Shonyo. So, good for them. But wow,
I really enjoyed this match. It was great. Spot fest as always, but curious that the Bullet Club seems to be losing every match.
that's true. Yeah,
4 stars.
I wonder why. Zack Sabre Jr. and Sonata for the British Undisputed Heavyweight Championship.
Of course I love this match.
Yeah,
Great submission-based counter wrestling match. 4 stars. I'm wrong, but still.
we're all wrong because I gave it 4 stars as well.
Great wrestling.
It was a great wrestling.
I'm trying to fucking suck my dick, Mike Stan.
Wow. Yeah. God damn it. Goddamn hell. John Moxley versus Juice Robinson. This was for the IWGP United States Championship.
Oh, that's it. Just great match. 4 stars. Okay, go on.
I mean, it was. I couldn't add anything to more of what you said. What was your... Would you laugh if I said this was the least New Japan match out of all of them?
Juice sold his injuries from the night before, but Moxley didn't, even though Moxley was in a hardcore match. ? Why is the ref not DQing them when using chairs, but then counting them for a DQ when he doesn't release a hold at the 5 count? That doesn't make any sense. Despite all that, the action was solid. 2 3/4 stars. I'm wrong.
Wow, you guys are overrating pieces of shit. I haven't gave it 2.5, but...
you
fucking Mark.
Oh my god, I can't believe you rated a 1/4 star higher, you piece of shit. I hope you step on a Lego.
Which, by the way, you can still get that shirt. Yeah, the refereeing was kind of strange. I would say that it suffered from 2 gaijins. Honestly, it really did.
Fucking white people.
Yeah, really, fucking white people. God damn it.
Needs to be more Asians on. Oh wait,
There needs to be more Asians on New Japan. Fucking assholes. Hiroki Goto versus Kenta for the Never Openweight Championship.
okay. So fuck Dave Meltzer gave this match 4 1/4. but he first rated it at 2.5. That's a big-ass fucking jump.
It's 2 full star ratings. Do we know why?
No clue.
Because I think both of them are wrong.
The match was really good to start, or really good in the last few minutes. But God, it was 16 minutes, 20 seconds. But
Yep.
God, that first 12 minutes or so were really fucking bad. It was
Yes,
stiff,
it was.
but boring. 2 stars.
It was every fucking never open weight match. It is where they just beat the shit out of each other and it ends with a lariat. Except this time it didn't actually do that. But the formula is still very much there, and I thought it was garbage. And I agree with you. 2 stars. It was not good. This is
not see how he thought that was a 4.25 match.
Because he's a fucking mark. Speaking of fucking marks, Jay White and Kota Ibushi. Everything I said about how I didn't like the Jay White match in Naito doesn't apply here. I mean, I thought this was great. I thought this was finally a Kota Ibushi match that I could really get behind. I gave it 3.5 stars. I still feel like that Kota's missing something. You know what I mean? And it doesn't start with Omega. But I feel like that he's Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping you'd catch that one. But in all seriousness, it feels like that. I don't want to say this, but he's lost his spark. He's lost his smile a little bit. It might be because he's starting to wind down his career, maybe. I don't know. But the matches he's having it's questionable. But there you are.
I also gave it 3.25.
Okay.
From the last time I saw Jay White to these 2 matches, he's really impressed me on his heel work. Gato having him as a heater worked so well for him. The match was great, and having Jay White win, I thought was the right call. 3.75 stars.
Wow. Okay. And then we get into the quote-unquote double main event, I guess you'd say. Because one of them is Chris Jericho, because obviously. Jericho versus Tanahashi. This was a singles match, and if Tanahashi wins, he would have gotten an AEW title match.
So WWE booking?
Yeah, Chris Jericho wins, obviously.
No, I'm just saying. Blank has pinned the champion. Title shot.
Yeah. But this was like how they would bring in somebody outside the company to work the champion. There's no way he's going to win, but it was exact. That is Indie 101 booking. Bring the name in to face your champion, and then have 2 heels beat him down. That's the kind of shit they would do. But yeah, I hate Jericho's finish. I do. I really, really do. This match was amazing, though. I really love this. This actually tied with the Ospreay Takahashi match at 4.5 stars. I believe that. Yeah. Okay. Get off. It's okay. I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was really well paced. I thought it was a nice long match without being New Japan long, if that makes any sense, where it's like 60 minutes of garbage. I liked it. And having Jericho win by submission was really nice too.
Did you read my notes?
No.
4.5 stars. Great pacing. Not as long as a New Japan match. Both best, awesome match, best match these two have had in quite some time.
I've legitimately did not look at your notes.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah. Well, at least
And-
we're on the same page here.
We're both wrong.
Really? Phenomenal. It's because there was a gaijin in it, okay? It would have been 5.5 stars if it were in the Tokyo Dome with two If Jericho made himself more Japanese, it would have been a 5-star match. Let's talk about Naito and Okada.
We have to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. I assume this was your best match of the night. No? Really? It wasn't?
Of course it was.
Really?
I hate to agree with Mouser, but this is a 5-star match. The
It is.
storytelling was amazing. The callbacks were great. It had to be Okada that Naito beat in the Tokyo Dome to finally win. Great storytelling.
Yes.
So good. 5 stars.
After so many also rans, after so many getting there through the G1 and then losing to Okada, it was absolutely the right story to tell. It was told to perfection. 5 stars. And I believe... Ow. That is the end of the 12 hours that was Wrestle Kingdom this year. What are your thoughts about this? You fucking piece of shit. God damn it.
Well, the garbage is on your side.
There's also a garbage can behind you, you shit.
You never told me that. You said
Turn around.
You said it was right there.
I said there's also one right here.
There is one.
God damn it. What were your thoughts about... There's a lot of thoughts I want to get out. Number one, how did you like the fact that they split it to 2 nights?
Hated it.
You hated it? I did too.
I mean, it worked out with the main event, but I hated it.
I thought it was a waste of... I don't want to say it was a waste of time, but it was a waste of talent to have them
You
work 2
don't
nights.
need 7 fucking 8-man tag team matches or whatever. 5?
Okay, so outside of... I'm going to count all the tag matches of some sort. 1, 2, 3. That's for the night 2.
Night 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tag matches over 2 nights. And many of them were more than 2-on-2, including a fucking gauntlet match with trios and how many fucking 8-man tags? It was like 5 8-man tags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And wasn't there one on this one? No, there wasn't. So yeah, it's 5. Unbelievable. Why would you do that?
To get everyone on the show, which
Yeah, but
was
you didn't.
stupid.
You didn't, though.
Because you had them on the next night.
And here's the other thing. There are people on the show that were Young Lions that really shouldn't have been on the show at all. And there are other people that should have been on the show but weren't. It was very strange. I do love the storytelling between the 2 nights, though. I wish that they would do that more, but just do it in a longer show, but do it on one night. I really think that they should just stick to one night. You made the joke earlier. Bullet Club lost a lot over the 2 nights.
I wasn't joking. I was just curious. Is like they just? I think Kenta was the only Bullet Club winner to win, and that was night 2.
Yeah, it was night 2, and it was kind of like a, oh yeah.
And then, by the way, and this makes it even more curious.
No, he didn't. He didn't win. He didn't win. Go to 1.
Okay, then they lost it, which makes it even more curious because who attacks Naito at the end? Kenta.
Yeah.
So why have his faction lose all night to then challenge? That made no sense to me.
It made no sense. In fact, the only person that won of the Bullet Club was Jay White.
That's right. I knew a Bullet Club member won. I just couldn't.
Yeah. Well, I think your big problem here is you got too many of them there gaijins on the show. No, in all seriousness, I think you'll always have the faction warfare because that's how New Japan's always been put together. But the actual factions are so much of a shell of themselves now. I mean, LIJ's outside of Suzuki Gun LIJ is the only real faction that has a lot of the original members. Suzuki-gun's really relatively new, but Chaos doesn't look anywhere near like it was. Bullet Club obviously doesn't look anywhere near what it was. There's a sense that you're starting to see, and I hate saying it this way, but you're starting to see the Ring of Honor effect where there's not enough influx of new talent that's big coming in. And they're leaning on Okada again. They're leaning on Tanahashi again. They're leaning on Naito again. They're leaning on the only real new face of that top half is Jay White. And that was almost by accident, really. The only reason why they dropped the title to Jay was they were going to drop it to Styles. And then Styles left.
What?
I think it was Styles. No, it wasn't Styles. Who was it?
Jay White won the title last year.
Yeah, so it was somebody else. Who the fuck was it?
But he had it. He beat Tanahashi.
Oh, Omega. Sorry,
Omega
it was
lost to Tanahashi.
Yeah,
Tanahashi
but here's the thing.
Lost to White.
Omega was never supposed to lose it to White. They were going to put the title.
He didn't lose it to White.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, Tanahashi beat Omega.
Right.
And then White beat Tanahashi.
Right, but none of that was supposed to happen. They're supposed to have this big thing at the New Japan Ring of Honor show in MSG. It was supposed to be this big continuation where Jay White actually was Jay White had nothing to do with it, but they put it on him last minute so they could throw it back onto Okada. Kenny Omega was supposed to be in that spot, not Jay. Well, you say but the reason why that happened was obviously he went to AEW. But I think that it fucked up a lot of plans in that realm too because of that. And it accidentally made Jay White shoot up the card in that respect.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
I think the star that came out of these two nights was actually Jay White. God damn it. Generic wrestler number 7, I thought, out of the 2 days, had the best heel. He's their top heel.
I mean, you're not wrong because even the heels aren't heels. In theory, Naito's a heel. The LIJ faction is a heel faction.
But he got so over with the crowd.
Exactly.
Too.
So really, you're absolutely right. He is the top heel because there is nobody else. That's kind of why they pushed Kenta into that spot. Because there really was no other person to push. You either run Naito against Jay White again. You literally just did it the first night. So
right.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about the show?
No, night 2 obviously better than night 1. Pretty much like we said before, night 1 was pretty much to set up night 2, which was redundant. You had all this build up to it. You knew in the summer that Ibushi was going to fucking face Okada, so you could have built from there, but you didn't.
Yeah,
2 nights.
It was kind of strange.
I have 2 more shows in my notebook we got to cover, motherfucker.
Oh god damn it! Hard to Kill. And the NWA show?
No, Worlds Collide.
Worlds Collide. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I can't find
We didn't
the
even
NWA
fucking
show.
do the NWA show. And honestly, god damn it. Here's the... We also have to do one other thing. Got to cover fucking... by the next show will probably be the NXT show.
Right, NXT TakeOver Portland, which I think is Sunday.
Yeah. What's on February 22nd?
There's one on the 27th, and that's Super Showdown.
Maybe that was it. There's something on the 22nd for some reason, I feel.
Yeah, 16th is a...
Oh, I know what it was. Never mind.
16th is a Sunday.
Well, here's the other thing is that we'll probably be taping around the 25th, which means it's a week and a half before
we go to Philly.
Yeah.
Just bought the hockey tickets today.
Sweet. I'm not going.
I know, because you're fat.
Yeah. We decided to eat instead.
I'll have stale nachos over where you're going in today. Oh, I showed the menu to Lauren that you sent me. She goes, yeah, that place is super expensive.
Yes, it is.
And probably going to have less portions. And,
Yep.
Because she's a foodie, too. So.
Oh.
And
she probably knows the chef then.
Maybe. I don't know. She's like she does CrossFit and Health Fit, so.
It's Masaharu Morimoto.
Of course you would, you Asian fucking Mark.
Of course.
That's the only. Now I know why, because you're an Asian Mark.
Iron Chef Japanese from the original Iron Chef. This is the same guy.
Same letter, same guy, same freaking guy. Yeah, I know.
He's a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Junior Chef Heavyweight Champion. You fucking Mark. We blew through that show, by the way.
Yeah, we did blow through that show. I was actually kind of shocked because we got that done. We
agreed a lot more than what I thought we would.
Me too. You and I really...
You're an underrating piece of shit sometimes, and an overrating piece of shit when it comes to Japanese wrestling.
Not this show.
Not this show. Even though
Definitely not this show.
But when WWE, when there's an Asian on, it's automatically 5 stars.
If it's female, yeah. So...
For sure, Mark.
Of course. I have no problems calling myself a Mark for that. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the 2 shows we missed. We'll probably talk about NXT and how it is the best NXT show since the last NXT show. What do we else got going on?
Super Showdown will be not this next show.
Oh, yeah.
The show after. Same with Elimination Chamber. Because you know me, I want to rewatch Elimination Chamber to get a live and TV perspective.
God damn it. Shoot me in the
By the
head.
way, the seats I got for the hockey game are 2 sections over from where we'll be at the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, really? Cool. Mm-hmm. That'll be awesome. Once again, check out the website, gearnetwork.com. Check out the...
hey, we need any plugs.
Support our show. Support the network. Go through those links, the affiliate links there on the site. Obviously, WrestlingShow.com. We have our merch. Our Teespring store is out there. Spoiler, there might be another store coming up. I'm not going to say what, but it should be pretty obvious. That's coming probably 4 years from now. Who
Yep.
knows? We're still working on our new theme.
Yep. We still got at least 2 watch-alongs
Jesus,
that I have notes for in the blue notebook that needs to be ripped up after those 2 watch-alongs.
Yeah, we got 2 watch-alongs to do. We got so much content coming for you in the first half of this year, but I really can't wait. So that's pretty much it for the show. So for Sleazy,
for the Fat Man,
this is the Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.